Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, which is it's not a coloring update, it's a reading update. I'm so used to saying the other thing that I completely almost messed up again. But this is my reading update where I talk about the books I have read, books that I'm currently reading, and books I plan on reading in the future, as well as I show you some of my library current checkouts, some books I have bought, and some books that were sent to me in Happy Mail. So, now that I mentioned this and got started, I need to go grab another book off my bed because I just forgot it. Okay, I forgot that book twice now. I forgot to get it when I was collecting the books for the video, and I forgot to grab it off the bed. But this is a video where I talk about my reading, which, if I'm being honest, has not been very good lately. Since my last reading update, I have not finished one book, which is not very good for me, but I have been enjoying what I have been reading, so that for me is a huge plus. My reading has not been the thing that gives me enjoyment anymore, which has been my coloring, diamond painting, playing games, stuff like that. My reading, while I'm enjoying everything that I'm reading, hasn't been my go-to for my relaxation and stuff like that. So I am still enjoying stuff, which is a good thing, but yeah, I actually would have had a book finished today, but today was a very long day. Today is Saturday the 13th, so it was a very long day, so I would have had this book finished, but what can I say? But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with what I am currently reading, because I did not finish any. I'm currently still working my way through A Tall Dark Cowboy Christmas by Macy Yates. This is book 4 in the Gold Valley series. I will be reading this book soon. I only have like 100 pages left, so I'll be finishing this up probably this weekend, and then I'll jump right into Snowed In Cowboy, which is the book 3.5 novella for the Gold Valley series, because book number 5 comes out on the 23rd of this month. So I would like to have this book officially finished so that, you know, I can, let me lower this just a little bit. There you go. That way I can like see that like that. But I don't have to like hold up too high. But I would like to have this finished up by the time that book comes out so I can get it and jump right into it, because I am really excited about this series. I absolutely love them. Macy Yates is my favorite writer. I cannot say enough good things about her. This book is about Grant Dodge, who is a widow and is a McKenna, what's her last name? McKenna Tate, yeah, McKenna Tate, who has came to Gold Valley in order to find her estranged family. She was given up for adoption as a kid, and she comes back now to find her birth family, and then she ends up sleeping on the dude ranch that Grant and his family own, and ends up going to work there, and of course it's their love story. It's really good so far. I can't say nothing really too bad about it. I have been invested, but I haven't been, you know, really reading it, you know, so I want to finish it up, and it'll probably be a 5-star. All Macy Yates books are 5 stars, except for the novellas, because those are usually 4 stars, because I can never give a novella a 5-star. I don't know why, I just can't. I'm also currently in the middle of Aragon. This is book 1 of the Inheritance Cycle. I am currently working my way through this on audio. I haven't been reading it as much as I would have hoped I would have been, but I am on page 90. And I am enjoying it. This is probably my 5th or 6th time reading this book here, and I love it. It's a really good series. Even though I haven't finished it, it's a really good series, and I love this paperback because it just kind of like sits open, you know, so you kind of like rest. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this more read. It's honestly something that I could probably fly through if I actually sit down and read, because while it is a fantasy and it's very heavy, it is something I've read so many times, so I'm hoping that I will get this finished up by the next month. My goal is to read this book and this book, or maybe this book and get more into this one, because I want to have at least, my goal right now is to have one of each book of each genre that I like to read going at the time, just simply because my reading, I want to read what I'm in the mood for, and I don't want to like force myself to finish one book and then start another. So I want to have one romance one going, one fantasy one going, and then probably one from my library that's kind of like an everyday type of book. So those are my currently readings, and that's all my reading. Well, I have one more currently reading, which you'll see in the Happy Mail portion. I have put it back on my shelf because it's romance, and yeah, I wanted to just put it back on my shelf until I finish up this one, and I'll jump back into it, because honestly, I'm loving it, and I would like to read it. That way I can go from book 3 to book 1, then when I get back to book 3, I can reread his story. But anyways, my library books I have currently checked out. I have 3 checked out currently from the library. I did return the audiobooks of The Inheritance Cycle just because I haven't been reading as much. I do still have the audiobook of the first one though, so that way I can listen to that one while I'm diamond painting and switch back and forth between that and reading. So I'm not going to show the audiobook because honestly I forgot it, and it's the same cover as Aragon anyways. So this one I was really excited, and my mom actually did read this one because the printing is big and she did say it was really good. And that one is Hocus Pocus and the new sequel, which I think the sequel is called Witch Please up there. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. I don't think it's and the new sequel. I believe it is called Witch Please. I could be wrong, but it just says then, part 1 then, and yeah, right there has Witch Please. So book 1, book 2, the first one is just a retelling of the first book, and then the sequel to it, which is the sequel. And this one is just Hocus Pocus, and then it tells the story of Max and Allison. Max and Allison's 17-year-old daughter, now currently in the modern age, dealing with the Sanderson sisters again. So probably will love this book and probably fly through it because Hocus Pocus is amazing, and it gives me an opportunity to read this and then watch the movie again, which you can never have enough opportunities to watch Hocus Pocus. So definitely read this, and it's like huge printing, so really not gonna take very long. And I was really excited that they had this book here. I've been really wanting it for a long time. And they always had the second one there, but I could technically have read the second one because it's technically like a different character, but I want to start the first one, and that is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This one here is a young adult historical romance. It is about Henry, and I believe it is an LGBT romance kind of story. And I just have heard so many good things about it, and it looks huge, but it is very big printing. Pretty much all young adults are big printing, so I was really excited to have this one there. And I don't remember the second book name, but it is there on the shelf, so I didn't grab them both because I figured this one is never there for the time being, so I figured I'll go ahead and grab it, and hopefully that I can read it soon. And then this one here, I had to pick it up because I absolutely loved her first novel, and that is Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I read Girl on the Train a long time, I think when it first came out, so a long time ago, and I absolutely loved it, and I loved the movie as well. But I really want to get this one, so I am not sure what it's really about. I think it's about a single mother. Yeah, it says single mother turns up dead, and it's about her 15-year-old daughter. So yeah, really excited about this one. Paula Hawkins writes amazing mysteries. So yeah, I will hopefully be reading this one soon. I think this one might be my next mystery that I start, so I might be starting this one soon. So that's my library books. I'm going to show you the Happy Meal books really quickly. So on my channel, if you just find this from the book stuff, I do receive Happy Meal from my subscribers that have already sent stuff. If they have my address, they send me something as a gift, or they send stuff from my wish list. And this person has sent these books. They really love them, and then they ended up very graciously sending the whole series to me because I mentioned I was really a fan of them as well. So now I own all of them, and honestly, I'm still looking at these, kind of like go to my shelf, kind of pet them, you know. But those books are the Black Dagger Brotherhood books by J.R. Ward, which the series I'm not going to talk about all in full. I have read books 1 through 11. I just need to start reading the 12th one and on, but I'm going to reread the whole series. And the one I'm rereading right now is Lover Awakened, and I got to chapter 7. I did stop. I was holding this up very carefully not to break the spine too much when I was reading it. I got to chapter 7, and I just put it back on the shelf because I was reading the romance. So I will go ahead and pick that one up, and then I'll go back to the beginning, which is number 1, which is Dark Lover, which is Wrath and Beth's story. And then you have book 2, which is Rage and Mary Lou's story. I'm forgetting all these people's names. There's so many of them. This is book 2, definitely one of the best ones in the series. just falls behind book number 3, which is Zadis' story, the best character in the series, which is Zadis and Bella's story. Then book 4, which is Beth and Marissa's story. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Lover Unbound, which is Vicious and Dr. Jane Whitcomb. Definitely really good. I know this one got a little slack because of the ending of it, but I thought the ending was really good and justified. You have a voice going. You have Lover Enshrined, which is Fury and Korma, the chosen Korma story. This Fury is Zadis' brother. They're all kind of brothers, but those are like actually real life brothers. No, wait. No. Fury is Zadis' brother, right? Yeah, Fury is Zadis' brother. No. Confused. Fury is Zadis' brother. Vicious is related to another character, which I'm not going to spoil. I almost just spoiled it. Yeah, I almost just spoiled it. Shouldn't have done said that. I'm glad I caught myself. Number 7 is Lover Revenge, which this is Revenge's story. Loved this one. He is an amazing character, and this was one of the ones I thought I wasn't going to like, but I did like it in the end. You have Lover Mine, which is John Matthew and Hex, which I, for some reason, always thought it was not pronounced Hex. It was Zex, you know, the X, because they're all kind of like pun names, and her name is ZXEX. So I thought it was Zex to like play on, you know, the other word, but it's actually Hex. You have Lover Unleashed, which is, what's her name? Pain, another related character to our character I just shown. If you can look at the cover, which cover is related and, you know, related to each other, you can see who that one is. This is the first female vampire main character. And this one is Dr. Manuel Manello. And he is actually Jane Whitcomb's friend. Then you have Lover Unbound, which is Torment's story, or Torment, his story, and oh, what's her name? I forget her name now. She had a different name, but I think her name later on in the series is called, she calls herself Autumn. You have Lover at Last, which is Quinn and Blay. It's an LGBT romance one, which is actually surprising for a mainstream romance series. So everyone has applauded J.R. Ward for actually doing that. But yeah, really, really good. Probably this one and this one, best ones in the series in my opinion. And then this one I have not read from this point on, which is The King. This is Wrath's story, again with Beth. And this is, I think, about the story of Beth wanting to have kids. And the band of bastards coming in and trying to take down the king. Then you have The Shadows, which this one is about Trez, and he is one of the wraiths. And he is, this one is chosen Selena. I really like Trez as a character. And he is one of the bouncers at... Wait, no. Is it Trez or is it I Am? Oh, yeah. Trez and I Am are brothers, I believe. Yes, either the brother, yeah. But I think it's Trez's story, and they are the bouncers at the club that Revenge and Hex runs. Then you have The Beast, which is the return of Rage from book 2. He is dealing, I believe, in this one with his curse, which he has a curse of a dragon in him. When he gets too angry, he becomes a literal dragon. You have The Chosen, which is Exor, or Xizor, Exor. It's X-C-O-R. I always call him Exor. He was the leader of the band of bastards, and then this is his and Layla's story, and Layla is the chosen that Fury was chosen to be with in this one. Fury was chosen to be or volunteered to be the father to the new generation. Best way to say it. Easiest way to say it. And he was supposed to mate with Layla, but he ended up falling for Korma. That's her story, and Exor's. I really like these characters together. I thought I was gonna hate Exor when he first came on the screen in this book, but I love it. I think he's one of the best characters. And then the newest one, besides the one that just came out, is The Thief, and this one is Soila. Soila is I think just like a thief character, and then who is the male character in here? Oh, Azael. Yeah, Azael. I don't remember much about him. I do remember liking him and Soila together, or Sola together. But yeah, I really like this one. And then the other one that just came out is The Savior, and that is Murder Story, which I'm really excited to learn more about Murder, because from the time he came on in... Was it this book, or was it... No, it was this book. He came on scene in Love Revenged. I think. But ever since he came on, he was only on for like a few chapters here and there. He was amazing though. So yeah, thank you to the person that sent this. I will be rereading these soon. You'll probably hear me talk about these a lot, because once I start reading these, I will not stop. This series here, honestly, get rid of all my other books. If I had to choose and just keep these, I would keep these. And I have every single Stephen King book. I would keep J.R. Ward's books over Stephen King. And that says something. And that isn't surprising for me to say. But yeah, I would choose J.R. Ward over Stephen King. Can't even believe I just said that. But anyways, let me go ahead and put these aside so I can get to the books over here. So the rest of the books I did purchase myself, except for one was a gift from my dad. We had extra 1 week, and he was like, go pick a book out, and I did. So what I do when I usually buy my books, I usually will get them off a book outlet or thrift books. Thrift books is amazing. There's usually no books over about $3 to $4. There is usually, but a lot of them you can get for like $2, $1, something like that. Really good, and they always come in good shape. But most of the time I get my books from the library. My current library sells mass market paperbacks for 25 cents, bigger paperbacks, which are trade paperbacks, and hardcovers for $1. This past month my library had a sale where all paperbacks were $1. So I got a whole bunch of paperbacks, or for all paperbacks were 25 cents. So I got a whole bunch of them for 25 cents, and I got one hardcover there for $1, and I got one from a thrift store, which I saved for last because it is the best deal and the best find I have ever found at a thrift store in terms of books. So let's go ahead and get started. So these first two are Harlequins, or the Zebra Romance, and they are by Hannah Howell, and they are part of the sticker's still on here. They are part of the Murrays series, which is a long kind of romance series, and that is, I don't know which book number, but it is Highlander Wolf, or Highland Wolf, and Highland Devil. I don't really like historicals that much, but I do like historicals that are kind of like Highlander stuff like that, or like Scotland era type of stuff. So I got these ones there for 25 cents, and the stickers from Walmart's $6, so that was a huge good deal. So so hopefully they are good. This one has really been read a lot, the Highlander Wolf. You can see it's really been bent. And this one looks like someone ditched it halfway, a quarter of the way through, so hopefully they are good. This was a book club pick for Military Spouse. Book club. Never heard that, but it's a book club pick. So yeah, I will definitely be hopefully reading these soon. I want to start reading some more historicals, and I have narrowed my historicals down to books that I am interested in. If not, I'll just give them to my mom. She likes to read Harlequin historicals, so it's no harm, no foul if I don't like it. This one here, I remember watching the TV show and always wanted to read the book, but never got around to it, and that is by Terry Goodkind, and this is Wizard's First Rule, and this is based on the Legend of the Secret TV show, which I believe that was on Sci-Fi, if I remember correctly. yeah, it was only 25 cents for really good shape. It only has like it's a little bed up right there. That's about it. But yeah, I have one other book from Carrie Goodkind, which I can't see on my shelf right now. Speaking of that, I have to go back and film that because that was not on my bookshelf tour. But yeah, I had it right down there, but, yeah, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, that one there. And this is a longer series as well, I believe. This is the Sword of Truth series, and there's Wither's First Rule, Stone of Tears, Blood of the Fold, Temple of the Wind, Soul of the Fire, Faith of the Fallen, Pillar of the Creation, Naked Empire, Debt of Bones, Chain Fire, Phantom Confessor. So a long series. This next one I was very, very excited to see there because it's one that I have been wanting to read for a while, and that is The Girls by Emma Cline. This is kind of like a Charles Manson-esque story, I believe. So yeah, I was really excited to see that one there. It was really good, almost like a brand new book. So I was very excited to see that one there. So yeah, I will definitely be hopefully getting this soon. This book here I picked up because it just sounded too interesting not to have on my shelf. And it seems like it's going to be a very thought-provoking book. And that is God is Dead by Ron Curry Jr. And this book is about a world where God comes back to evaluate humanity and kind of visit humanity, and he enters the body of a girl, and she ends up getting killed, and in a sense, he ends up getting killed because he's in the physical body. He's not in, he becomes her when he goes into her body. So when she's gets killed, he gets killed, and the world goes in chaos from there after. It has him back here. If God took human form and died, what would become of life as we know it? An electrifying debut that effortlessly combines outlandish humor with big questions about mortality, ethics, and human weakness, Ron Curry Jr. holds a funhouse mirror to our present world day. God has inhabited the mortal body of a young girl in Sudan. When she is killed, he dies along with her. Faced with the hard proof that there's no supreme being in charge, the world is irrevocably transformed. High school buddies forge a suicide pact. A dog speaks Arabic and walks on water. And parents, for lack of anything to do on Sundays, worship their own children. Skewed though it might be, this godless reality remains oddly recognizable. So it seems like a book that's kind of obviously far-fetched and very out there, but it kind of feels like it's going to be one of those books that kind of also makes you think. And I kind of just read the title and it's like, what is this book? Why is it? What is this book, you know? And I read the back, like, I have to grab this book. So I'm hoping to read it soon because it just sounds like it's going to be one. It just sounds like it's going to be a very intriguing, interesting read, so I picked it up. This book here I picked up because my mom read it and she absolutely loved it and highly recommend it. She actually found this and said, you have to get this and read this, because she has the larger print, like the large print version. I can't really read large print books because they just kind of drive me mad at how long the paragraphs go on for. So that is The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. I don't know what this is about. I think it is a mystery thriller, but I've heard nothing but good things about this, and my mom absolutely said it was amazing. So I definitely will try to read it soon, and it's very big printing for mass market, so hopefully that would be a good fast read. This book I found was really interesting, and I went to pick it up. I've seen it a few times and it was still there, so I figured I'll pick it up while it was on sale, and that is The End of Day by Claire North. This book is about, The End of a Day is a stunning new story from Richard and Judy. Oh, no, that's the synopsis. Has Charlie meets everyone, but only once. Sometimes he is sent to as a courtesy, sometimes as a warning. Either way, it'll be the most important meeting of your life. So, sounds like it's going to be like a guy that kind of meets people before, you know, something really bad happens, or as something really bad happens, and kind of his dealings with it. But it's just not really interesting. So, it has on the captions, sooner or later, death visits everyone. Before that, they meet Charlie. And that kind of little thing there is kind of like, I was like, yep, I need to read that one. And then the last one from the library is a Maeve Binchy novel. And this year it will be different in other stories. It's a Christmas book story, so I will be reading this one around Christmas time. And stories in here, there's 15 stories in here, so they're pretty short. They're about 15 pages each, pretty much. I'm collecting all Maeve Binchy books. I have a whole bunch of them. I think only about 6 more. And then I have all of her books, and then I'm gonna start reading them because I haven't started reading them. But I watched a documentary here on YouTube about her, and her personality was just so infectious and so inspirational. Just reading and like hearing her talk about her life, watching and hearing her talk about life. So it's like I need to have her books. So yeah, and then that is the picture on the back of her. So yeah, I seen this one there for $1. Had to pick it up. So that was it from the library. And the book that my dad said to go ahead and pick out a book when they had extra, I picked up Queen of Air and Darkness by Santa Clare. This is the third and final book in the Dark Artifices series. So now I can finally start reading it because I read the first book a long time ago. Absolutely hated Dark Artifices book 1. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's better on the second read. But this is a huge final book in that one. And then this is really nice because the cover of it comes off. And there is a poster of all the characters. So yeah, I really didn't like Lady Midnight, which is book 1, and I cannot get this on right. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I really did not like Lady Midnight. Just wasn't for me. But hopefully, I have Lord of Shadows and now Queen of Air and Darkness. I'm hoping that I will like it. As I read more on. It's just, it was too similar to the first, to Mortal Instruments that I was checked out. So, the book that I am the most proud of finding for only 99 cents is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. My library never has any book copies of it, now an audio, ebook, any form of it. And I found it in brand new condition at a thrift store. 99 cents. That is The Fireman by Joe Hill. Brand new copy, 99 cents. I was so excited. I snatched this book off so fast on the shelf that a few books fell down and made a huge noise. But yeah, I am so excited. This book is like a dystopian horror, and it's about a world where people get dragon scale, which literally burns you from the inside out, and there's a legendary fireman who has a cure for it, and it's about, I believe, a man whose pregnant wife gets dragon scale, and they go on to try and find the fireman to save her and the baby. I believe that's what it's about. I have purposely not read a lot of stuff from about this book. So yeah, but I love Joe Hill's writing. I didn't really like Strange Weather, the short story collection he had out. One was good, other was kind of weird. Like I said, I read Horns, but I liked the movie version better. I read Nosferatu, hands down, one of the best books I have ever read. I need to get a copy of that book for my shelf. I read it from the library, but I don't have it on my shelf. And it's getting turned into a movie or a TV show soon. I have to check the date, but it comes out this year, which I'm excited about. I don't like the casting of it, but I'll go and open-mind it. But yeah, I was beyond excited when I seen this book. I've been looking for this book and wanting this book, and I have it. Nice hardcover. I do like reading trade paperback mostly, but 99 cents, I'm not going to complain for a brand new book. So yeah, that is it for my reading update. Long one, but hopefully next time I do my reading update, I'll have some books read. I'm hoping to have Macy Yates' book number 4 in the Gold Valley through 3.5 read and finished, and hopefully some of the J.R. Ward's, if not at least book 5 when it comes out read. I need to really sit down and retool my schedule to have just days when I read, because I really need to focus on getting my reading back on track, because I'm still enjoying my reading. It's just other things are more exciting to me, and I'm finding that while I am enjoying listening to the audiobook of The Inheritance Cycle of Aragon, I don't like audiobooks. So I have to figure a way into retooling my reading schedule, and going from there. I'm thinking what I'm going to try doing is reading. If I don't write that day, read. And then just use like coloring and stuff like that in my writing times. But I'm just trying to sit down and figure a schedule out. I did hope to have the Macy Gates one finished by the time I did this, but today was a long day, which I'll talk about in my next color and chat about my weekend. But it was good, just long. And I wanted to finish up on the page for Sandy and Anne's in Tenderful Enchantment, which I did. I'll show you. Page, which they were coloring this page as to color your own way. So I did this page right there from Tenderful Enchantments. If you want to see it better, it's on Instagram, which is linked below. But yeah, I went to finish that up today for the color along, because it was a 3-day color along. So yeah, that's why I didn't read. But anyways, that's it for today. I'm rambling now. I'm gonna go ahead and put all these books back on my shelf. And it's currently almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna go shower and probably just read before I go to bed tonight. So that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I usually say happy coloring, but since it's a reading video, hope you all have an amazing day. Until next time, happy reading.